Okay, you guys, that was the easiest binding I did. And when I was doing it, I'm like, maybe I should turn the camera back on. I actually can do it easily. But I think it's a lot because of the last time it gave me a challenge was because of I had a lot of thickness to my journal. This is the one in case you guys missed it. My Candyland journal. It was I used a lot of masking tape to put my book together. So I don't know if it was a combination of the masking tape or the thickness of some of the papers, but I ended up getting it done and it turned out really cute, but it was a challenge. So, okay, let's go ahead and get to decorating. One of the things that I did notice when I was going through my journals recently, because I was looking up something, was that I don't have a lot of my dates and stuff on the outside. In fact, I'm gonna go through and have to like work on some of my journals because at one point I wasn't keeping 2 months in my, really put this one on the edge there, but that's part of being, it's so cute because I just noticed D is for dog. But I did, I noticed that I used to start in the middle of in the middle of a month and start a journal instead of like having every 2 months it being, so this one is July and August. I think I said June and July in that earlier in the video, but this one's actually July and August. And so I would, if the last journal would have had completed, like say on July the 10th, then I would pick this one up on July 11th. And I wish I would have never done that because I'm very confused now because I don't have a lot of my dates. Oh, and then I would insert a calendar and it didn't have the year on there. That's what the problem was. I didn't know the year because I was looking for, my husband actually asked me when we bought his little, you side by side, Ranger, Mule, one of those off-road vehicle. And so we were trying to figure out when he bought that, and he's like, go look in your journals. And so I didn't know. The years were so confusing to me. So that was the thing. And I think I've mentioned that before, is that I don't know why I don't. And so now I'm trying to, like, when I journal, I'm really working on adding years throughout the journal, even though at the beginning I have, like, for example, this one. This is what I went and got, was my calendar that I like to include. But I was using Susan Branch calendars in my previous journals, and I was not, they didn't have a date on it for some weird reason. So, yeah, it's very strange. Okay, so enough about that. Let's get to getting this one all set up. I don't know how exactly I want to do this. So normally I have to cut this off, which is fine. Because on the new BBG Girls, that was the other thing I started doing. I think this year was I started adding the date on here, the 2025. I was just putting July because just in case someone wanted to use it not in 2025, they could, but I started adding the date back on. So I was gonna try to add her like on here. So let's go ahead and maybe glue this right here. And that's what I'll do. Okay. I really like that it has the D on there, but I might cover that up. Oh, Elephant John. That's my husband's name. I was like, oh, John. Okay. Then me just add that as a tip in here, and then we can put some washi. Summer washi. Here's some watermelon. I had any candy washi. I had some chocolate bunnies on this washi tape. Let's see, do I have any candy over here? Pulled out two strands. Let's see. I get lots of questions on these too, like these rings. You can actually buy these on Amazon, and they're not that expensive, and they come 3 to a ring. And what I do is I try to do my washi by seasons, and then I have this it's in the shape of a cloud and it has hooks on it. I actually got it from Hobby Lobby, like it's been a while. It's been a few years, several years probably. And it is it's really interesting because it has hooks on it, and I hang it on the wall, and then I hang my washi on it, and so I constantly can see what I have and pull what I need, and it will hold, I mean, gosh, like 6 or so of those rings, and so it's very convenient. Okay, so we have this, and then I think I'm going to put her on here, even though this is like Dazzle Unicorns Prancing, goes to the book pages. I'm going to put her on here as she can be dashed and dazzling. And then might just cover up that D. And definitely add your date. The year, the date of the year. Okay, and then I think I'm just going to put some little, maybe have this flower sticker hanging off, which would look cute. Trim it out. And then I'm just going to put some of these around her. Every time I see the orange, what runs through my head is when I was a kid, there was a knock knock joke that says, knock knock, who's there? Banana, banana who? Knock knock, who's there? Banana, banana who? Knock knock, who's there? But orange, orange you. Aren't you glad I didn't say banana again? I know, right? But that's what it always reminds me of. But going back to the Candyland, I did want to mention too, thank you guys all for joining. It was really fun. It was a rocky start for me because, well, what happened is we had this whole, me and my daughter did our pajama party. We did it. It was really fun. We made it fun considering how the day started out, which was with a tree fell on the corner of our house and did quite a bit of damage. Luckily, we only have like, it did the corner of the house, so it, and then it only punched one hole like above the living room. So we're having someone come out tomorrow and look at it. So anyway, that's kind of what the rocky start was. It happened in the middle of the night. We were sitting, me and Poke were sitting on the couch. Well, the story about him, which he's not at my feet anymore, but he was being a toot because we gave him we found this chewable bone, right? And we've kind of gotten away from giving him these, and I'll tell you why. You know, they're not the rawhide, but they're the kind that's not bad for them, and it's really cute because he runs around, he tries to hide it, this and that and the other, right? Well, then what happens is he wants to hide it in the couch, and then he becomes very protective. Like there's blankets in the couch, and he becomes very protective of the bone, and he will not let you get near him, get near the bone. He starts growling and everything. Well, then when the night wore on, he got very very protective of the bone, and he wouldn't even let me pick him up to take him to bed because he sleeps with us, right? So I was like, okay, I'm tired. I'm just gonna sleep on the couch with you because you will not let me pick you up. You'll not get down. I wonder, I guess I could have, it was so late. I guess I could have like just walked away and see what he did, but I was just like, I'm tired of messing with this. So anyway, he finally fell asleep, and I used to say, oh, he flipped, because as soon as he flips over on his back, he's down, for the count. He's out. So I took the bone away, and then all of a sudden, I don't know when the time frame happened and everything, but there was like a huge bang, and something like sounded like all right. So the morning was spent cleaning that up, and then what else? It seemed like something else happened. Oh, yes. There was a snake while we were cleaning it up. I was inside because I was trying to get orders out. And then there was a snake, and oh my gosh, it was a copperhead, which is very poisonous. And so this is like right by the house. So my husband's like, and we have all this lantana that's like, it's a very invasive plant, and he's always like, you got to be careful with this being so close to the house. It brings in snakes, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, oh, it's so pretty because it's like all these flowers everywhere. Well, next thing I know, the fact that he got the kind of want to put this on there. I want to do something with Candyland on the beginning since we are in Candyland camp. This is from the Candyland book. I've already put some bits in my journal, but I wanted to I want to add something at the beginning here. But anyway, so needless to say, we ended up fighting with a snake, and between the machete and the snake, my lantana is a war zone, and no longer. There's still some out there, but yeah, it was like it was getting crazy. And I was like, okay, there goes the lantana. Believe me, they'll come back like with a vengeance. We get enough rain, which I know it's summertime, but it'll come back. I don't know. The thing is, we had to cut out the whole. We had like these two red tip bushes out front, and they weren't like beautifully shaped. Believe me, nothing. It's not like we had like landscaping, but there was some stuff around the house. Anyway, we ended up just having to cut those out because the tree fell on it. I mean, like we had this huge tree in the front, and like this huge ginormous limb fell. That's what I was gonna say. Me and Pokey heard this loud noise. I got freaked out. I was like, that sound. And the cats get on top of the roof and run around sometimes. And I was going, oh my gosh, if in my head I was thinking about like a bobcat or something. And oh yeah, so I was like, I do not want to open the door. It's like midnight, and look outside and see what just fell on the roof and rolled down. I don't know what it is, but Pokey would not let it go. So finally I got him to go to bed in the bed. It was just, and then to wake up in the morning and then have that, and here I am going, but it's my pajama party. I can't be having issues, you guys. So it all worked out, and we have someone coming hopefully tomorrow to look at the roof. But then it started storming today, and not storming, but thunder and carrying. My husband was gone. All of a sudden I just see him whipping, and he had bought some stuff to do, like some patchwork on the roof, so in case it does rain, it won't get in the house. Never, ever a dull moment, I tell you. Okay. She turned out so cute, you guys. I'm so happy. So what I'll do next, and I probably will start doing it when I'll probably, whoops. Hold on, I got some. Let me cut that so it lays flat. I'll probably really start working on this when I get back, but just to give you guys an idea, I know I've shown many of you, but if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. But I basically glue 2 pages together, and then what I do is I come in and I washi one of them. But no, I was thinking about this too, because I was like, you know, it'd be really fun to do like a live, but I have such a, stuff like this happens all the time. I mean, just crazy, bizarre things that it's like I can never really like plan anything unless I go somewhere. And then I plan it, just like right now my dog's at the front thing, because it's like, and he'll sit there and bark until I open the door for him, or somebody else does, but nobody else is around. So he went outside a minute ago to be with my husband, and he's like, oh, never mind, it's hot, and I went inside. So, okay. I think I'm going to, I really want to decorate the outside with this with you guys really quick, because I'm thinking about, I had this material left over. Isn't that just like a perfect match? Because I can't just go plain, you know, with the cover. So, and of course I feel like I need to add some rickrack, which I don't have rickrack in here. So I'm probably going to cover that. And then I did want to do some lettering on the front here. And I got this, you guys, did y'all get this Martinez sticker book? It is amazing. Lots of artists in here, just total fun things. And what I've been using like crazy is the lettering. So I thought, I know I need to get pokey in here, but let's see if I can do this fairly quickly. If not, I will show a, she has lots of different color ones. Let's see if I can do this. So I think I'm going to put my name down here. We just got one of our chickens all upset too, because she, you know, I think I showed you guys I talked about my fairy garden and how the chickens decided to, I just tear these out because that way it's easier for me to get to them. But they decided to use my fairy garden as a roosting nest. Not a roosting, as a, to lay their eggs, right? And she, now we had one sitting, which I don't think they've been, they're, you know, they're not going to hatch because they're not fertilized, because we don't have a rooster, even though our neighbor's rooster comes over periodically, but I haven't seen it in a while. I don't like the way it treats our chickens, even though I know that's natural or whatever, but, and then what I'll do is when I get closer, you know, as the 2 months go and I start filling it up, I'll start adding some different things, because I do have a Dog Days of Summer Charm that I want to put, and it actually has a polka dot girl. I wish I would have brought it. I had it sitting out. I was like, oh, I'm going to put that on my journal, because it's a BBG girl charm with the wiener dog. It's so cute. Anyway. All right, you guys, I'm going to say this is good, and I will go ahead and add this on in just a moment with just fabric tack, and I will add some rickrack, and then I'll take a picture and I'll post it, you guys, so y'all know the video's coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.